Levi Armada was sitting on a park bench. Oscar Hansen, huh. He certainly had a lot to think about. The man had met him at his dorm. All smiles, eyes staring through his soul. He talked a little while, speaking in heavy tones that twisted with its own sort of magic. It would have affected him on any other day, but Lucy had given him one of her protection talismans before he'd arrived, so he just kind of played along with the tug he felt in his gut so he wouldn't realize what a loose end he was creating. And he'd not only gotten information on the whole sanctuary program BS and the failure of it as the bus full of participants and rifts disappeared, he'd even got a name out of it. Emily Aron. Fashion designer, businesswoman, and most importantly, clear-sighted mortal with a vicious personality. Hansen wanted a hypnotized puppet to take care of the problem. Oh, and he'd take care of it, all right. He'd take care of it. You were forming an alliance of the ages and getting right under Hansen's skin. It was going to be glorious. And it helped that his rift enjoyed Emily's company. She was a cold-hearted bitch that was feeling regretful and guilt and getting ready to metamorphosize into a completely different woman through her worry and her guilt. His rift definitely had a type, considering she was the Scrooge halfway through her arc, but the ghost of Christmas future was pushing him to scare her straight, as it were. He'd help off. There wasn't time to waste, after all. They were plotting the downfall of an avatar. Any unnecessary tension had to be tossed aside. They couldn't afford to waste any time or resources. After all, they had an avatar to kill and some rifts to rescue.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Adalaie, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I play Matthias, the Rift of Typhon.
Tele, and I play Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya. I play Emma, the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I play Jane, the Rift of Hera.
Hello, I'm Simon. I play Aron Franco, whose rift is King David.
I'm Selena. I play Mara, the Rift of Hades.
And where we last left off, the group had decided to go to the Donal, sending a message back to the group at large, if they wanted to join them. But we're a little before that in the timeline, as we watch Adalaie race off after this poor Lotus tribesman who has been intimidated and been dropping his bow and running away, and he's still being chased. We know what you're doing, Adalaie. Mara, what are you up to?
I'm probably just helping Adalaie.
Trying to aid Adalaie in this instance?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do to aid Adalaie in catching this poor fleeing soul of a man? Conflict is raging all around you at this point as well.
I imagine I'd probably use my ghost to try to follow it or hold it in place.
You're gonna try to send your ghosts out to capture this poor soul?
Yeah.
They nod to you, and you switch out your normal ghosts for some poltergeists.
Oh, lovely.
Some ghosts that can affect the real world.
Yeah.
And they race off to go. They don't catch him, they're not strong enough for that, but they trip him. Goes tumbling into the ground, into the cold creek and mud and fire and ice surroundings. And Adalaie kind of just rolling jog after him. And you meet him crawling in the mud, getting ready to keep running. But every time he almost succeeds in getting up, getting pushed back down by a poltergeist. What do? Man at your feet. Yes, Adalaie.
Yeah. I'm gonna offer him.
He looks terrified. Does not take it. He's scooting away, horrified.
And down to the construction. Offer. He ain't gonna hurt you.
Doesn't really believe you, because you used your last convince check to completely intimidate him into submission.
I did not use blissful presence though.
If you'd like to roll a convince again.
Yeah. I would like to roll convince.
Very well. What did you roll?
I got a 6. And I did not use blissful presence before, so I'm going to use that now to bring it up to a 7, and I think that's a soft success.
Yes, it's a soft success.
Yeah.
Given a little, but protect their own agenda. He looks wary, and he doesn't want to take your hand because you are with the enemy, and doing that would be traitorous. But he stops trying to scoot viciously away from you and keep running, and the poltergeist look happy with that because that means less work for them.
He's going to offer him a candy.
He doesn't know what it is, so he just looks at it oddly.
It's a sweet.
We're in the middle of a fight.
Yes. Now I've got questions.
We can wait until my kinsmen are not in danger.
I think they're far away now.
Not all of them ran.
Huh? Not all of them ran.
Yeah, last time only a couple of them did. And you can, even before you arrived, there were dead bodies littering the ground. Some knights, most not.
Well, I might be able to help you with stopping the slaughter of your people if you tell me what happened.
I'm just putting on another show, another ritual.
And
Then they attacked out of nowhere.
there wasn't any taunting.
There was our whole ritual. We do it often on the border. They don't like seeing, what do they call it? Pagan ritualry? I don't remember. It's dumb.
Ah, I see now. All right.
So, of course, we purposefully do it on the border because that is a challenge. We're on our side of it, though, and we do it often enough that most of the border patrol just kind of moves along.
So what's different about this time? Aside from
Hell if I know!
all right. So you say that they stepped over first.
Yes!
All right. Who blew first? Who blew the first?
Who attacked first? They are the ones that attacked us.
All right. Just gonna pinch your nose and try to think. All right. Mara.
Yes.
Wait, Mara over.
What?
Chaos in the background. Death and blood staining the ground. So take your precious time.
Oh, gee. I did not miss this. Mark, what do you think we should? Because clearly they're in the heat of it all, and I've already given it my all to try to confuse everybody and stop it.
And so you want me to stop it?
I don't know, just give an idea.
Um,
Would help.
well, I'm kind of indifferent to the whole situation because I've seen worse than this, so...
That's sad, but alright.
Don't tell me I'm depressed. I'm just angry. Shush.
I didn't say you were depressed. Hell, I'm pretty sure half of us are depressed, if not all. But ugh. You see ghosts, yeah?
Yee.
There are definitely a lot of ghosts around here. Tribesmen, a couple nights.
What do you want me to do? Should I, like, use the Helm of Hades and intimidate everybody? Like,
Yes, do that. That is a good idea.
shut up and stop?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'll do that then.
Give me a convince check, Mara.
9.
Got anything to add to that?
I can use the Helm of Hades card, right?
Yes, you can.
Lovely.
Tell me your specific tags.
Intimidating. I don't
It's a
think.
solid success. You don't really need to add any more than that if you would not like to.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
So you put on the helm. You kind of turn invisible and you walk into the middle of the battlefield onto a boulder that's sort of above the violence. You drop the invisibility. What do you say?
Seize. There's no need for needless fighting.
And I imagine Mara doesn't shout.
No, I don't. My voice is just like
It carries, it projects, but it's calm, which is almost worse.
yeah.
Adalaie shudders at this.
Some shadow ripples under your feet.
My eyes are like half closed.
Yeah, half closed. Your poltergeists are occasionally, like, if they can, pulling weapons away from people.
Lovely.
Poltergeists are made to be mischievous, so they're gonna have some fun.
I like them.
But you get everyone's attention. It's very, very brief, though. Combat will start up very quickly again. This is a very tense situation. But it definitely seems like after the knights stopped being outnumbered, they stopped having any problems. There are not that many tribesmen left standing.
Interesting.
Adalaie's gonna go up to the boulder and whisper to Mara, have your poltergeists or ghost things, whatever they are, sort of push the two away from each other, not far.
They don't have that much strength. They can, with loose grips, they can take weapons away, they can trip. They can't really push. They don't have a lot of strength.
Okay.
They can exert their will on the world very tiny ways.
Can they lift up the weapons?
They can make them float around all creepy-like.
Can they make a wall?
They can make them float around all creepy-like, however you wish. But it's more however Mara wishes.
I'm probably annoyed that, like, they didn't listen. So I'm gonna walk off the boulder and keep my helm on and stay invisible and just walk around the fights to help the knights and try to get people to
Do
stop.
you make moves of physical violence on the tribesmen? Do you attack?
No, but I put them at disadvantages, like something in their way mysteriously. Wow, how did that rock get there?
Or like, the poltergeists see what you're doing and they start tripping people or making sure none of the knights get injured. But the knights, they are not trained to be nice in combat. So they take advantage of those to put an end to their enemies.
Adalaie's gonna step forward and turn into a gigantic dragon again.
So that gets everyone. Everyone stops. Everyone stops and turns to look at the dragon.
For God's sake, it's like wrangling a bunch of cats. Stop fighting. We can have a
Says the dragon.
more bloodshed, for God's sake. Or Goddess sake, whatever you follow.
Someone runs up from behind where the fighting is. It is a woman. She is well dressed, but very clearly a knight, and looks like she has been running here from wherever she came from. But she definitely, she looks, based on how Aron had all those medals and stuff, she looks probably higher in the order than most of these knights, and she is shouting, "Oh, thank God, someone has tried to stop this! All of you, my men, yes, you, stop! No, stop! Stop!" Will the rest of the Lotus tribesmen please surrender and we can call a ceasefire? They all look wary. We're not gonna kill any more of you, good God. This is not the day for this. And all the knights look kind of confused, and they start putting knight swords away and taking. Most Lotus tribesmen do want to live over stand until they die, so they raise for surrender. They're still vaguely under the impression that you are on the knight's side because we've seen you aiding them, so you're not gonna fight the dragon.
I have not aided one of them. If anything, I've aided the Lotus tribe.
Mara has.
Mara has.
And you've intimidated and chased after one, and they weren't exactly paying attention to what happened to him.
Alright. Has he come back out of the forest?
No, he's as soon as you stop paying attention, he's gone.
Okay.
So out of there.
Alright.
Yes.
So the combat stops. As the rest of the Lotus tribesmen, only about 4 of them remaining, are tied up, and the woman will look at the dragon from her. Am I drunk off my ass, or is that a dragon?
Girl,
The dragon.
yes, I'm the dragon. Nice
Dragon
to
can
meet
talk. Everyone else is seeing this. Yes, everyone can see the dragon.
Adalai's gonna turn back.
That does not make it better. It's weird. This is very strange. Thank you for helping stop the fight, dragon woman person. Name?
Adalaie.
Adalaie. There's another Jasper still flying around the sea. Another thing. Leave that for later.
He's also with us. Don't just ignore it for the moment.
And Ava and March will step out of the crowd and salute. Oh, you are not from my regiment, yeah? No, ma'am. I'm traveling with them in hopes to get here, and we discovered the conflict, and as I'm part of the order, I decided to jump in to help. Thank you for your diligence. Ava and Miss March, both of you. This is a lot. Who's in charge of this platoon? And a woman will step forward. And she will bow. Helmine Helberg, milady. Right. How did this happen? We were on our way, on our normal border patrol, and she looks at one of the dead knights, which has an arrow through it. He's a little farther away from the rest of the battlefield is. We were walking, and an arrow flew from a campsite, and Jeremiah was struck down. And we assumed aggressive accents in response. Right.
I'm gonna stop you right there, honey. I can already probably tell you what happened. Not invalidating anything that you said, because honestly, that does look bad for these people. have a third party. 'Cause you know they do this on the regular. Their festival, their tradition.
Of course, we've seen lots of time. Helmi will say.
And they have never attacked you before.
Not usually, though. But I heard that the Lotus Tribe got a new leader. We were a little concerned that they would change stance. We thought everything was normal when we saw them perform a ritual and the arrow flew.
I just got back from talking with one of the Lotus Tribe members who ran away. You know, the one I chased after. I'm not sure if you saw that. And he said that you guys attacked first.
I assure you that is not the case. It is against our code of honor. We take very seriously on the honor to steal.
How long have you been at this position?
As head of the platoon, I started last year. But I worked with the platoon for many years before that.
And you have no reservations about your neighbors, so to speak.
I mean, sometimes get angry or annoyed when they throw personal taunts out. And sometimes they are want to do. This is the first time there's been a border conflict in years that hasn't been from rogues or bandits. And usually we'll even join together to fight off bandits.
Adalaie's gonna walk over to one of the Lotus Tribe members. Where's your leader at the moment? Or if it's among one of you.
Glares at you. Didn't say anything.
Look, I'm not on really either of y'all's side, but at this moment, I just want to figure out what was the cause of this massacre. And that includes knowing who the leader is. Now, I'm not putting blame on anybody, because at this moment, I have no idea, as I have contrasting stories going on here. I'm here to help you. Because this is a unfortunate loss of life. On both sides, but mainly yours, as you have been.
Stubbornly, they don't say anything still. Glaring or looking away, all three of them, or four of them, excuse me.
They're all tied up, aren't they? Yeah?
Yes.
Adalaie's gonna she's gonna release one of them.
The knights won't let you do that. You try to, they will stop you.
They ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Points at the 7 or 8 dead knights from this platoon of 13.
Do they have weapons on them? Are there any weapons in their proximity? Do they have any?
One of the knights looks down at them. They don't need weapons.
Well, neither do y'all. Now, release one of them, if you will. You can have as many people in them. They may not need weapons, but neither do y'all, as you both apparently have training.
At this point, the leader, the captain, will look at you and with a raised eyebrow. And on whose authority are you speaking, ma'am, if I might ask?
I'm a kingmaker.
Fucking great. That doesn't give you the right to order me around. Or my men, especially in a precarious situation like this, which, no offense to you, as a kingmaker, from what I've been informed, you know nothing about.
No, I totally get it. I'm just taking this from what's arguably the only stance that I can, and what I'm supposed to, as a neutral source.
Unfortunately, we still have laws that we have to follow, and procedures. So they're staying chains for now.
Down to the bottom of this massacre, don't you?
Hmm?
You want to get down to the bottom of this massacre, don't you?
I do, but I can do that without putting my men in abscess danger, or risking restarting the conflict.
You can still hold on to them or whatever makes you feel safe. But clearly they're not going to be talking if they are not allowed freedom of some sort.
Notice they probably won't talk at all, but she does take out a dagger, and she cuts one of the ropes, but she leans forward and grabs him. Try anything, and I kill you myself.
Can you at least answer me this one question? Is your leader still here? Not specifically in this area, not among y'all, but are they still here? Like an existence. No. Are they alive?
They're alive.
Now we're getting somewhere. What did you say?
Doing some of our normal training near the border. Shows. Suddenly spells are being cast, flung at us. We fought back.
Is it on wood? Now, did you see this arrow that...
I saw it hit Jerry, and I saw him fall dead. We know the border guards. I didn't see who shot the arrow. I didn't see where it came from.
The people in front, as far as you know, had no participation.
No.
Adalaie's gonna look back at the guard.
You want to give the report? I don't know the specifics. All I know is that an arrow that was tipped with Sorbonne colors hit Jerry in the eye, and he fell dead. And we defended ourselves and our teammates' honor.
Alright.
But as this is happening, there's a squelching and in the dirt and a rustling of the leaves that tells of footsteps coming from the other side of the Selbana side of the border of the Aron. First, there is a woman. They're not wearing the same outfits as the Lotus Tribesmen are, which are leather armor, sort of naturally made. They're wearing fine silks with the patches of armor woven in very delicately, and a weapon held loosely, but still held at her side. And behind her is another gentleman, 30s, probably, both of them. Colorful silks. The other man doesn't seem to be carrying a weapon. But they're walking loudly, not with stealth, trying to make themselves known clearly toward you all.
Alright. We're going to be doing this again. Adalaie's going to step back away from everyone and turn back into the big dragon.
The woman with the spear whistles, but she doesn't stop walking. Eventually she gets up to a group of men following closely behind. Soldiers, knights, make some sort of symbol of respect, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies for the interruption, if you don't mind. But, looks at the tribesman, as I just overheard moments ago, you wish to respect the law, do you not, Captain Abbott? Bellenarans. Dynasty officials, yes. I've heard of you. You'll hear things about the border guard. I didn't expect to come across this tragedy. My name is Malrue. And, if you won't mind, we will take the remaining Rotos tribesmen with us. If they need to be tried, they can do it under Bellenaran Court of Law. And she smiles thinly. I mean no offense to you, but unfortunately your laws have not been the fairest in the past. And I would assure you that the Bellenaran dynasty can handle all matters of concern. The captain raises her eyebrow. This is a tribe issue, first of all, and I don't think your laws intersect that much. And then second of all, happened kind of on both of our sides of the border. So, international dispute here, so help me to understand why I should give you them when what assurance I have that they won't just walk free. I have no such assurances to give to you, I'm afraid. Just a matter of trust, which you all clearly lack. And the woman looks at you, Mara, and Adalaie. What about you? You all seem gung-ho on diplomacy.
Nah.
Yes. She might not be, but she's with me, so yes. Honestly, both sides need to have some action taken against them, as both have wronged the other, but there is still something not adding up here. Why create conflict with two sides that do not want conflict?
Smiles. I would not say that the Lotus are without an appetite for conflict. But I don't think they would have meant for anything like this to have happened. And just as I trust the dynasty to deal with the Lotus tribesmen in this respect, I would trust the Aron Empire to deal with the transgressors on their own respect. It's only fair. Trust is a two-way street, after all.
Mm-hmm. On that basis, we can agree. Trust is a two-way street.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd rather not escalate this diplomatic incident any further than it has. And she looks again at Lady Abbott. May you please hand your prisoners over to us? She frowns, slowly just. What authority under the Empire, under the dynasty are you? I am title Zeralas. His is Adalaie. We hold political sway. And how did you know to come here in the first place? Why are you here? Zeralas looks back at her Adalaie. He steps forward. Diplomatic meeting. Mostly. I've noticed. Recently, there's been a uproar within the tribes for a missing leader, as it were. So, the dynasty's been careful to send dignitaries out to check on each of the tribes, us included, of course. Right. For convenient time. And the woman in mailroom raises an eyebrow. I hope you're aware of what you're implying, Captain. You already made one historical diplomatic incident today. Please don't make another.
Alright.
What would you like to do, Mara? Adalaie?
At this point, the village church seems to be like a rock in a hard place. And we're still not sure if they have Ezekiel. Did not know if Ezekiel was on the boat.
I don't know. I don't.
Alright.
Gotta take some action here, guys.
Yes, we know.
I think neither parties are trustworthy.
Mm-mm.
So what is your plan on that? You want to investigate?
I would naturally want to side with the tribesmen because they seem to be in less of power, and usually the people that are in lesser power are misunderstood. So I'd like to investigate that side of it because the knights seem pretty iffy and not the greatest.
And the other group that just walked in already have about them.
Yeah, they got a bad vibe to them. But I'm not saying I'd side with the tribesmen. I'm just saying that I think there's more that we need to know before we invest in either.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of a liability, kind of a precarious situation.
Why don't you roll me an investigation check and you can ask me the questions you get from that. So, roll me your 2d6s.
That is 11. Okay.
Do you have anything you want to add so you can get more than one question?
Yes. I want to add, if I can. Sorry, computer just being stupid. There we go. Do people know us? Will that work?
Yes, actually, that would fit fantastically here.
Angel of Justice. And for a sake of it, Spike of Truth, because we're trying to find the truth.
Okay, so how many did you add? So how many questions are you getting?
That is 3 added, so 4 questions, I think.
Yeah, with a 5 success, yes. And then Mara, what did you roll?
10.
Do you have anything you want to add to that, or you just want one question?
I don't want to be intimidating. So I don't really know what to use, but I'd say I would like to keep my ghost servants around behind the shadows to just see anything and everything subtly.
Okay, so 2 questions and 4 questions. I will start with the person that has the least questions. So Mara.
I don't know. Can I get a more thorough description of like what the tribe life is like, their values, and what they stand for as a culture?
You remember some stuff, so I won't have this be your question, but you did some research previously. And you have encountered members of the tribe before, though they did not belong to the Lotus tribe. They belonged to the Dreamers tribe. They did give you a vague description of what everything was about here. The Lotus tribe, generally peaceful, though they hate being in any way looked down upon. So they will, and because they see the Everin Empire as perpetually looking down on them, they take it upon themselves to poke the bear with a stick, as it were.
Okay, so then
Performing evocative rituals that kind of make fun of the Song of Shadows' value system, like doing violence in the nighttime. They'll hold huge mock battles in the night.
Okay, I think I know what I want to ask then. What is the reason, like, what is the reasoning behind why they feel like that empire is looking down on them? Are there specific, like...
In the eyes of the Song of Shadows, the Court of Shadows, Black Court's religion, Song of Shadows is the book. The Court's religion, they are starless. They can't go to the Astral Mother's afterlife, so they are kind of pitied and looked down upon by nature.
Oh, are there any, like, specific, like, examples of, like, actions, laws,
so, like, for a long time, they were just turned away without aid because they didn't have, as a unit, they weren't diplomatically capable enough to stand up to them, but eventually they developed their own powers. And things have been going better recently under the new emperor. Not new recently, but Skycaller, because he gave them more land, he's been open to more trade agreements, he's been generally peaceable with them. So things have been getting better, but there's still a lot of systemic problems with the fact that they are labeled something lesser in another religion that is carried by a lot of people in both Andrathis and Evra.
Interesting. And can I get, like, a background check on the leader? Do we know anything about his history, like what he's been like? Are there any incidences of him doing something particularly out of the normal, or?
I'd say this would be a question you'd have to ask either one of the tribesmen or Melru or her Adalaie.
Yeah, so then can I ask them?
Sure. Melru will be the one to answer. He's new to the leadership, only recently elected after the last one passed away, unfortunately. Rest her soul. She was lovely. I met her woman once. Her replacement, a family member, well respected in the community, although it has been noted that he expressed more stronger opinions than his predecessor. Nothing egregiously violent, or the tribes wouldn't have elected them in the first place.
I don't know, from what I can tell...
It's odd that he's not here. Usually the leaders come to these little displays.
Interesting. From what I can tell right now, I don't think I want either sides to be favored. I think they should be able to solve their differences and work together.
Adalaie has 4 questions.
Yes. Can you give me the topic of what I can talk about or ask about? I mean,
anything related to the situation, anything you want to, right now.
All right. What is the other side's position on the Lotus tribe? Because it seems like the Lotus tribe is a small tribe.
The Lotus tribe is not a small tribe.
Okay.
It was highly likely that this was a very, like, in the grand scheme of things, small platoon of warriors sent out to do rituals and stuff. From your impression, the Belinarian tribes and the tribes and the Belinarian dynasty are fairly sizable.
Okay. What was her name? Started with an A. She was in Delta's journal. Fuck.
Any people who take notes can help.
Laura took a note on her before. Sounds like Alicia, doesn't it? Okay. I think I got it. Anisha?
Yes, I believe that is correct. Anisha, yes.
What was Anisha's tribe?
It wasn't really a real tribe. She was the first leader of a tribe in general,
Okay.
and it kind of evolved and split off into a bunch of different ones after she died.
Just like
Speak up.
Sorry, I'm sort of playing this out in my head. So she had to decide for the quarter stars that are spread off into different cultures of the tribes. But the one at the border seemed more prominent from Adalaie's understanding about.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Is there any connection to Anisha as in bloodline?
No, because Anisha's only daughter died before she had a child.
Okay.
Their bloodline was cut short very soon.
What was that second question?
Thereabouts, sure.
Okay. And I have 4.
So 2 more.
And can I ask you a question, GM?
Of course. I am always open. And an honest, open and honest.
Is there any right side to this situation?
Both sides believe they are in the right.
Okay. 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 Can I save this last question for later?
Absolutely, you can bank a clue.
Thank you.
What do you guys want to do with your new information?
Okay, Mara. Let's just get a quick information wrap up from what we know so far, yeah?
Yeah.
So, in a timeline of events, the Lotus Tribe was doing their whole practice, yeah?
Yeah.
And on the border, I'm refraining myself from saying our term for it. The Border Knights.
I mean, they would also call it a patrol, because that's where the term comes from.
Yes. The Border Patrol. They have this whole thing where they antagonize the Border Patrol, and the Border Patrol is just sort of like, why do you do this? I'm sorry. Something in the chat, which I really don't want to say out loud.
That's why we have the chat.
Yes.
Certain things will just be left to your quandary, dear listeners.
Alright, so Border Patrol and the tribe do not get along, but they're rather mutual in their standings against each other. So they stay on their own sides. But this day, however, a straight arrow came from the tribe's side and struck one of their guards, which in return had the whole patrol crossing the line and attacking the tribe. As defense, they fought back because they did not have any part in the arrow as far as we know. in the front.
Well, I mean, I want to go for the natural. If you think you're superior to someone because of your societal ideas and you act out like that, then it's obviously oppression in some form. So,
But to their own right, it did appear as the tribe did attack first.
seems
I
like
still
a lack of
have a conflict.
communication, but also an abuse of societal power. So I think I would keep my eye on those border patrol people and probably slightly be biased towards the tribe.
No, I'm right there with you. But
Keep in mind, as far as you're aware, this tribe has something to do with the kidnapping of a 4-year-old child.
yes, the patrol would have.
But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like framed or something from their position.
And from what we know of the Lotus tribe from previous talks about it, they're not one to kidnap or incite violence unless violence is caused against them.
So I
They're
think
more-
it's overall very like sus, but also like very childish and immature. There's a lack of communication and respect there. So I mean, I think both of them would have the ability to live peacefully amongst each other. There are just certain factors very similar to today's
The
situation.
question is not for you to solve the systemic racism in Althara. It is to deal with the current situation. Thank you for your platitudes.
And both sides want them to be tried on their own side, as both have apparently broken. What is the grammatical term for that?
Broken laws?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, does it? Both sides have broken their laws. One side has broken the other two sides' laws, which are both on the same ground as they intersect with each other. And so
I don't know.
they have to be tried by a system that's half and half.
Unfortunately, no such system exists.
And there we can create it.
I don't
Is that your solution?
want to make it.
Yes, we are going to create a small trial that has half of the court from the laws of the Empire side, and half of the court being on the laws of the other side. And they have to come to a mutual agreement, just like the courts in the US, an anonymous agreement over the punishment.
Please don't compare any court system that you want to be good to the court system of the United States of America.
Oh, I know. Just the idea of it. That it has to be half and half and impartial, when of course we all know that's not entirely true. And I'm just going to shut up here.
In theory.
Yeah. In theory.
Theoretical!
Supposed to
US
be
court
good.
system on paper.
It looks good on paper.
Yeah,
But
Hey,
unfortunately, we also have to deal with systematic racism. So
Anyway.
Does
We're
fire
going
really
half
move?
and
don't
half
wanna
system
make a
for them
choice.
to be tried by, and then also try the knights.
Say this out loud.
Yes.
I don't want to make a choice.
You
We are
have
not-
to. This is a role-playing game.
I
It's all about choice.
Literally
Doing nothing is the same as siding with the enemy or whatever who's the enemy in the situation.
they're both the enemy of each other's
Each other.
enemy.
It's fine.
I like how in one episode we went from this like crazy battle on the ocean to just we're all right.
Another crazy battle,
Go.
Another crazy battle, but more politically charged. Anyway.
and also more. Yeah.
This is literally Nemesis's thing.
It is no sense. Do you propose this idea out loud?
Yes.
Okay, Melroom nods. I would still like to keep the prisoners on our side. I would be open for trial.
Why don't we have it here?
Right now?
Not right now, but in this area where it's both on their side and on your side. Sorry.
We are not speakers of the law, but I think everyone would be open for that. Resolving the situation as peacefully as possible.
Now we're getting somewhere.
But, again, I would request that the Solbana prisoners be held on Solbana lands.
And that is right. I agree with that. But they cannot stray away from this border.
There's no holding cell near the border.
Fine.
Tribes do not have prisons.
Where is the nearest holding cell that is on this side of the border?
Solaris.
Fuck.
See the problem.
Why don't we just make one? Just gonna go along with
all the people that have conjured objects have moved to the other group. The healers and the conjurers are gone.
We can make makeshift.
At this point, Jasper gets tired of flying around, and he lands and lets everyone off his back. So you can have some more opinions if you'd like.
That would be great. Help us.
This is something I can help with, Felix says. Like, so much can help with.
Thank you, child.
This is my entire ability. I can see memories.
All right. Do your thing.
If everyone would submit yourself to my power as Kingmaker, I can see into memories and ascertain the truth of the situation.
Please do not use the word submit.
Hey, we agreed to ask for permission.
All right. But not submit.
Okay.
Allow.
Will you allow me to use my power upon you?
There we go. Not submit, because that's rather oppressive.
I mean, my power's not freeing.
Well, no. But it's a more polite way to say it.
Okay.
All right.
I've said it both ways. You can make your decision with me being polite and me not being polite.
So how many people follow along with this?
In total, the people there. Melor will actually look up and, as speaking for the tribe, I volunteer all of them for this. It will be good for them, I believe. Whether or not they believe it. And you all? Lady Adden. At least one of you should get the situation cleared up. And Helmy will volunteer. Okay. I'll start with you. And he points at one of the Solbana. I mean, you don't have to do anything. And then he just glazes off in the distance a little bit. His arms fall slack. A couple moments later, comes back. Okay. To tell you truthfully, he didn't really see where the arrow came from.
All right. There sounds like there's a but.
I mean, they were doing combat training in the dark with bow and arrows and weaponry that was armed with steel. Like, fully armed, not with training weapons. I feel like a mistake could have happened there. But that's just me, so don't take that. Don't take that as fact. Don't take that as fact. And, it summons might? Yeah, everything happened as she said too. Arrow flew out of the distance, hit a poor guy very suddenly in the neck. Yeah. Oh. Could live to unsee that. Could live to unsee that.
Well, we can ask one of the other two to sort of form that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to block out traumatic memories because that feels very unhealthy.
Sometimes I wish you could.
But both sides to be telling the truth. But I'm gonna look at every Salbana's man just in case they got a clear view of the arrow, because it did come from that side of the border.
Okay.
Points to one, false slack. Points to there, false slack. None of them saw an arrow.
Alright.
And finally, I can't really ask the land for permission, but I'm gonna use it on the land to see if I can't get a clearer view there.
You can do that. That is
Everything has memories.
Alright, fair enough. I always thought that
It's trickier, though, because their memories are much larger than ours, and it's harder to pinpoint. So I might be out for a little while.
Alright. Be safe.
Aye, aye. He salutes as arms fall slack, like staring at the ground. Time passes. Time passes. Comes out of it. Okay, so I have good news and I have terrible news. Which do you want to hear first?
Let's go with terrible, because it's always fun to end on a happy note.
Okay, terrible news. The arrow did come from a Salbana.
Alright.
Good news, it wasn't a tribesman.
Alright. That is good news.
Or at least they weren't wearing the same sort of stuff that you all were. Points to the Salbana tribesman. They weren't wearing silks or anything like they are, but looked like a uniform.
You described the uniform.
It was mostly darks, kind of like camouflage. Darker
I
greens.
guess it looks like the Salbana that kidnapped,
He wouldn't know what that looks like.
No, I mean, like, describe the one and then see if it's similar, because maybe.
She was wearing red, wasn't she?
Yes. She was wearing similar things to what all the Lotus tribesmen are. That's how you identified her. She wore the logo.
Mm-hmm.
And signed the note.
Yes.
It's just very clear. Camouflage, darker greens and blacks. Though the arrow, they picked it up from the trading ground and used that. One of the stray ones. So, good news is everyone's innocent here. Bad news is this was a frame job and it ended horribly for all of you.
I was right. Sorry, I do not mean to be enthusiastic about that. So it was a third party.
Yeah.
Alright.
Didn't have any, logo or anything on the uniform.
Let's say we start, for the lack of better words at the moment, a witch hunt.
Okay.
Search party? Well, you can't really search for that, can you? Anyway, we need to find this person, and how long ago did this event happen?
The battle started 20 minutes ago, right? But that hasn't been that long.
Alright.
Oh, but there was one, weird thing.
Hmm?
See, they were Salbana, but their eyes were weird. They weren't the full black.
Yeah.
They were this lavender color.
I was gonna look over at the people who just came in, because they seem to know more. I don't know much about your people. Is that normal?
This time it is the Adalaie that speaks. No, certainly not.
Interesting.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that.
Right, now we have another mystery. We have Sylvana using magic, and now one with the lavender eyes.
And as far as you're aware, Ezekiel, or at least another clue toward where his whereabouts should be somewhere in the area.
Speaking of which, she's gonna turn over back to Felix. Did you happen to Ezekiel in that memory?
Hmm?
Did you happen to see Ezekiel in that memory?
No.
Throughout the whole timeline, you did not see Ezekiel.
No, but I tried to keep to the 20 minutes. I could go farther.
I don't want you to hurt yourself with that.
Hey, I could do it. Watch me. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Okay.
And he falls slack again. Get me a D12. As this poor stupid child is gonna take the risk on what is practically a dare.
Sorry.
Can I be ready to pull him out?
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
As far as you're aware, nothing happened. It just takes them a little while longer than last time.
Okay.
No tiny children in sight. And to be fair, I did just a quick overview, or else I'd be there for a while.
It's funny. It seems like the attack was coordinated with our arrival.
Yeah, I think they're pretty set up. In the hope that they'd all be dead by the time we got here.
Mm-hmm. Can I turn to one of the remaining Lotus Tribe members and ask them about the description of the woman who took Ezekiel in the first place?
Shakes her head. Doesn't sound like anyone I know.
Alright. So we have an imposter on our hands.
Apparently.
One more mystery.
One
This one.
more mystery.
How many mysteries are
What's
there?
that? 3 now? Is that 3? Does anyone keep a count?
But never walks forward. Well, the situation has been resolved, and I understand that both sides were tricked.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot promise the Lotus Tribe proper will not raise complaints about the undiplomatic approach that was first raised, but I can understand where it comes from.
Yes.
So, the Bellinarian dynasty is willing to let go of this incident. If you are. He looks at the soldiers. And Helmi, the leader of the patrol, will look up and full-on bow at not Melbury, but the 3 of the remaining Lotus tribesmen. We were tricked into attacking you without cause, and I am very sorry about that. And the captain, clearly, something deeper is going on here. Let them go. I think it would be best to forgive and forget as well.
So where do we go from here now?
I don't know.
I guess we can try to find
Does
this
the world have ice cream? I believe we deserve a reward for such stress.
The Adalaie walks toward you two, and toward all of you Kingmakers.
Ola.
Hello. Apologies for the circumstances of our meeting. Not pleasant on anyone's part. But I am here to invite, on behalf of the dynasty, to the capital.
Alright. We accept, I guess. What do y'all say?
Yeah, that's dope.
Don't think we have a better idea at the moment. Layla will say. Very well.
Where's Lee? Where's Lee, by the way?
Still being kept under by Layla's abilities.
Are they just dragging him?
I mean, Jasper didn't turn back, he just landed.
Okay, I don't know if he turned back or not.
No, he's kept his big, intimidating monster form. Just in case.
Okay. Smart thinking. Okay.
And Ava moves to go with you guys, and the doll holds up his hand. Unfortunately, well, I can extend proper invites to the Kingmakers. I would need more permissions than I have to invite a member of the Order of Steel into our lands. If you wouldn't mind staying behind. Ava looks a little put off by this. She looks at all of you.
If it's the only condition.
Very well. You would note that during all of this, Case has notably turned himself into a butterfly and has been making himself very small on Jasper's fur. Because even you can see the hostility toward Ava is probably more directed at March.
Yeah, I can understand their hostility based on the history that we know.
Yeah, not great at all.
No. Not at all. On either side.
Would you like to continue lying there, or...
Jasper, would you like to stretch your legs?
He nods, but he sort of gestures with a wing toward Leo, and...
We need to find a way to carry that man.
Layla shrugs and, drags him off of the thing and just puts him on her back, piggyback style. I got him.
Where's that?
I'm oddly proud of y'all. For that strength.
And Jasper turns back into normal. He's tired because he's been doing nothing but flying everyone for days. He's so tired.
What's Jasper's favorite candy? I feel like Adalaie would know this.
I would definitely know this. You've had staff meetings before.
Yeah.
He's a good old-fashioned dark chocolate.
And that's why Adalaie keeps dark chocolate. Now I know. She's going to hand up a dark chocolate.
Nods gratefully. And he looks at the dog. If we could go somewhere with caffeine, tea, coffee, that'd be great too. That'd be great too. I think we could arrange some tea. We won't make camp not too far. And they release the Lotus tribesmen pretty soon after they walk all together. Lotus tribesmen leave to go off in another direction, presumably back toward their encampment. And you are now traveling, and the Adalaie will turn himself over to introduce him. I haven't introduced myself properly. My name is Alien.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
My name is Alien.
Alien?
Alien.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Dole the Fallon. So I don't know if those terms mean anything to you.
Can't say that they do, I'm sorry.
Well, Fallon is one of the Elgin, one of our gods. I am the head of her, I suppose, the temple.
Alright.
Rolas is my protector, and in most instances, my mouthpiece. I generally try not to go out in public, but this was a special occasion.
Alright.
How much do you know of this, Albana? I'm under the impression that you've not met many.
We have only met a handful of y'all.
It's more than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm here. Because from my understanding, y'all have some clear borders.
Yes, and generally we try not to cross them. For anything other than trade.
Yes. But we know about y'all's history and your little interchange with the Fae.
Not a polite way to put it.
I try my best. That's
Hades is tactically hiding in Jasper's hair.
we know that we thought that we knew that you couldn't use magic.
Yes, that is the common knowledge.
Yes. That's basically all we've got, except for this new mystery of this new woman. Or women who can use magic.
There's another that you encountered?
Hmm?
There's another that you encountered?
Yes. One, unfortunately, kidnapped one of our members' children. Child.
Oh, revolting.
Yes. And she was wearing Lotus clothing at the time, and so we were directed to come here.
We'll keep an eye out if you wish.
And she also used magic, which was our first something else.
And her eyes also look off color?
Ella's not a rubber head. Her memory is not as it used to be.
It's not. You can't quite remember.
I don't know. I can only assume, based on what we know about Lavana using magic. Which is very, very little. And that's about it.
Well, if you would mind. And he looks at his Aurelis, and they sort of share an eye conversation. She looks like she's arguing against something, and he is patiently arguing for. And eventually wins whatever eye argument they are having. I would like to inform you all of something that perhaps you didn't know before. In fact, I most certainly don't. One of the Sabano's great secrets. We are not as powerless as we might appear. Not all of us. Anyway, some of us are, unfortunately, permanently cut off from magic. But not all of us. Specifically, and he will raise his own hand. And collect an almost glowing ball of shadow within it. And make a fist and it disappears. The Daleks. We are chosen of our deities, so we have powers in line with them. It is how one proves themselves to be a Dalek. Of course, he gestures to his own eyes, which are black. We do not bear any unusual markings or signs. We look perfectly normal, which is part of the secret.
I think I like it.
Yes. Power is not to be abused. Something that some of our brethren to the north have not quite taken to heart. Magic is finite. And you have to be careful with it. Else you are no better than the creatures that turned us into this.
Totally agree.
So I'm glad you're susceptible to this information. Many people we've talked about when Kingmakers come what we would do about it, and many of the Adalaie had dissenting opinions. Many still do. But most of us are getting tired of living in hiding. In fear of going back to the days where we were not just starless, but when we were daybringers, and they actively hunted us. Much like they actively hunt orcars or fae. Not to say neither of those don't deserve it.
Oh.
Yeah. If you guys didn't have
And I'm clearly of the opinion that the secret should not be kept for much longer. Change is on the wind. And I hope that change will bring good things.
they seem to be afraid of that.
Can you repeat that?
Vampires are afraid of everything that's not what they know of.
It seems to be a disease that afflicts most mortals. Fear of the unknown. I don't think the unknown is that bad, though considering my goddess is of the obscure nature of things, perhaps I live too much in it.
Feel this magic ability. Tell me a bit more about it.
Of course. It is limited in scale. I cannot shoot out a fireball or summon an ice storm like some of the great Everin mages might. I have limited capacity. I can occasionally see flashes of the future, which is my greatest gift. My goddess is the goddess of prophecy, after all. And what good a prophet would I be if I wouldn't be able to see the future? A right terrible one. That's what. In the dusk, so I can control darkness and shadows to a very, very limited extent. Mostly use them to make us stealthier, hide in the shadows. I can't really make them physical. Though I've met another Adalaie in the past who have been stronger in more of an offensive manner. My passive abilities tend to be my stronger ones. My mind for the future is sharper, and I can will it more than just being afflicted with the sight. You guys make camp for the night?
Yeah.
A ways away?
Yeah.
Jasper is so ready for sleep. He's so there.
Rolls on our advantage.
Cades is like, as a butterfly still in the corner, making flap signs with his wings. If it was possible to say an SOS as a butterfly, kids would be doing it.
Adalaie just goes over the gates. That's a pretty little butterfly. I'm gonna go release it back into the forest.
You walk away into the forest with Cades. immediately after they're out of earshot. I'm in so much danger right now. So much danger right now.
Oh, no shit. I'm sorry, we can't help you in this situation.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, we can probably find out Jasper. They'll do we.
I'm just gonna stay in butterfly form for now and see how long I can get away with that.
I'm pretty sure you know how to change your colors every so often.
That's fine. I like survival more than I like pink. Let no one hear you say that ever.
Yeah. So, is there any limits to this butterfly form? Like, do you have to?
Fade transformation is limited by your sense of self.
Okay.
If you have a really stringent self-image, some Fade can't transform at all. Some have no self-image and could be water if they wanted to. Or air. It's terrifying. The ones who could turn into air.
Alex is gonna hold her breath.
Yeah, I'm glad you're imagining the same thing that happens in reality, yep.
That is highly disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Just gonna deal with that image, because I'm dealing with the current image of my life flashing before my eyes in a million different ways.
I couldn't even think about it anymore. So, do you think you can hold up this form for there like that?
I mean, sure. And he hides in your purse.
Alright. Don't be eating all the suckers.
No promises. It's like
I
a
only
black
have
hole in it.
That's because it's leather.
But as you walk back, Jasper has shot up, wide awake from where he was previously, like, collapsed on the floor. And he's sort of just up.
Now we're calming.
I don't know if I'm just being sleep deprived, but I think I just heard a very clear voice in my head.
I'm gonna humor this.
Okay.
What did the voice say?
It said that it was from Emma,
Mm-hmm.
that they had found Ezekiel,
Okay.
that they are in the Denal, and they want us to join them there.
And
And
the
if we say yes, the scout will come get us.
Oh, that is slightly terrifying.
Yeah, I hope I'm just sleep deprived.
I hope so too.
Do we have an answer? Can I just say it to the void?
I don't know how this works.
I don't know how this works.
Uh,
He wakes everyone up. What's our answer? Like, repeats the prompt. What's our answer to this?
we already promised to go to Solaris. It hurts to go back on a promise.
We could split up again if we needed to.
Oh god, 3 groups. We're already separated into 2. We do not need to keep spreading people out after we just got back together. Oh.
It kind of sounds like they're set on a course. Specifically set on a course to go retrieve Kai, Lissa, Lucille, Gabriel, and Mina, who are apparently also in the Denal.
How the hell did they end up there?
No, I don't know. I don't know how any of them ended up there. A voice just appeared in my head and told me things, and this is very concerning. I might just be sleep deprived. I could be sleep deprived and imagining the worst possible case scenario of what could be happening. Let's go into the land where there are apparently big scary monsters. That sounds great fun! Kids. What about kids? Felix says, sliding into this conversation.
Why do y'all have a tendency to run straight into danger? Not that I'm one to talk.
Well, there's this thing called self-preservation that we don't have.
Explains a lot.
I think you get it when you get older. I don't know. I would say when you, hit adulthood, but all the kids you're talking about are way older than me.
They're kids to us. Well, technically they're all adults. You're almost an adult, 7 years. Yeah?
Only 7 more years.
But still, technically, they are the age of kids if we did have them or if we do have them.
Just nods in agreement. I'm hesitant to leave them alone because of this fact, too. I mean, I know Hazel's there, but I also know from experience that she also does not possess a bone of self-preservation in her body.
Jesus, kids.
She's not even a child. She has no excuses.
Oh.
She just, what did you say, Felix? Didn't grow into it?
That was no.
Well, my vote is we go. Because I don't want to leave him alone in a land full of monsters. No offense. Both Alia and Melru are awake. No offense to you two. We will come back. Because your place sounds great. Honestly, Ever has not been great to our, specifically me and my smaller group in particular. We still need to go get Jamie, okay? It's on the list. It's on the list of things we need to do eventually. I hope so.
I should not think about that right now. You just stay focused on the
Sure can't. If he's dead, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, we will come back, because, it's kind of our job to see everything, I think.
Yeah.
And, you're part of everything.
Yeah.
A pretty integral part to everything. But my vote is we go.
They're seeing that part of everything. We have still yet to see more of this part of everything.
Yeah, but they're in a land of magical monsters and I need severe help.
They have Mattie.
I don't think that matters.
Alright.
I mean, I honestly just will go and make sure they're all okay.
Well, if they're sending a message to us, then clearly they cannot get out. So why go to a place where we cannot get out?
I mean, there's an invitation in. And
there's a
did
way
it sound
in.
like they were being forced? It wasn't from a familiar voice. Oh, so it could be a trap too. Lovely.
Everything just gets thrown, doesn't it?
My vote is still we should go.
Rest of y'all got one for going.
Sawyer will squint and almost rotate his fingers a little bit as if doing something, and he's squinting just above everyone's heads.
You get that one?
I think we should stay.
Alright, that's one for staying, one for going.
Betrayal! Felix smacks Sawyer. Sense. Betrayal.
Jasper, what's your vote?
Honestly, I think we should at least attempt to make contact with the scout they're going to send so we can ask more questions.
Good idea.
So maybe an initial, can we talk to your scout as an answer? I don't know if I just said that and that became our answer because they contacted me, but...
I think a scout should disappear right now, shouldn't they?
Everyone looks around at shadows and corridors and nothing happens.
How do they expect us?
I don't know how this works.
Alright. So that's one maybe, one for going, one for staying. This is not turning out to be an easy vote. Mara.
Yes.
Your vote. Maybe stay or go.
Oh God. There's a lot.
For context, most people have their cameras on and are gesturing, "Come to us, come to us." In the background.
Since I've been reading the room, I think we gotta, come, stay.
Stay? Is that your final answer?
Nah. I'm gonna go with them.
Party is gonna be split forever. We're never gonna join.
I'm going wherever Mattie goes. There we go.
Okay. Weird.
Neither of
but
us go.
okay.
Felix raises his hand in a high five toward you, Mara.
So 2 for going, 1 for staying, 1's
You
a
high five
maybe.
him back. Can't hear you.
I high five him back. Yeah.
And he does like a yes motion, like he wasn't expecting you to actually high five him back. Sawyer, I have a new best friend. Goodbye. Sawyer shakes his head and kind of laughs.
Laura, is that what her name was? The girl carrying Leo.
Layla.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just making sure I had the names down. Leia, what do you think?
I think that we'd have to figure out what to do with Leo in that case. Taking him into the Denal is a bad idea.
That is a very good point. Can someone pull out a map?
Alien will offer his own map.
Adalaie's gonna lay it down and try to close that. And sort of plot from where Solaris is to where supposedly the others are.
That's a long way.
It is a very long way.
It is
now,
a
too.
very, very long way.
Alright. Let's just meet with the scout and see where it goes from there.
And as you say that, there's rustling in the woods.
Did I just summon him?
And a white-skinned, silver-haired, white-eyed girl wearing a very long gown. So just walks in, blank-faced, looks on, looks pleasantly surprised when she says, "Love you. I have found you. This is good."
Mara, is this one of your tricks?
Everyone kind of leaps back because she does kind of look ghostly. My name is Dreamer.
Dimmer?
Dreamer.
Oh, okay. Our old lady hears.
I'm here to talk to you. And if the conversation goes well, to take you back with me.
All right.
Ask away.
Casper, you're the one who suggested this? Ask away.
Do not put this on me! No way! No! You must be Jasper Riley. It is a pleasure to meet you. How do you know my last name? We have been informed of it. Shakes his head very slowly with both of her hands. And Jasper looks very creeped out.
Mm-hmm. And who informed you of our names?
A girl by the name of Emma, if I am not mistaken.
All right. Can I pull out my cane of truth?
Sure. Do you poke her with it?
Yes. Because I'm very weary of this person.
What was that?
This is my, Spiky cane of truth. It's going to say it as it is.
What does that do?
Basically makes you tell the truth.
I do not know if I could lie anyway. This will be interesting. Ask me questions. You are all very interesting.
As are you. All right.
Thank you.
What are you? Or who are you?
My
Aside
name is
from-
Dreamer. I am a scout sent from the Denal to retrieve you.
All right. How do you know names, if you know them at all?
I know some of your names because we have been told them by the oracle that sent me here.
And who is that?
His name is Nox. He made contact with a group of humans, and he has invited their friends to come with him.
Why can't they come here?
They could have, I think. I do not think anything is stopping them. But they decided to go to the Denal first, since their ship was destroyed. So they could maybe get a new ship.
Alright. Now that we know there's a ship, who destroyed their ship?
I am not aware of that information. There are many dangerous beasts in the Denal. It could have been one of a number of many of things.
Alright. Would we be putting something in danger? Well, actually, would we be putting ourselves in danger by going there? Aside from it being obviously dangerous.
I mean, the
As-
Denal is dangerous, but Nox has offered you his full protection, and he is very good at his job. And you are all Kingmakers, so I can't imagine anything possessing of a mind would want to kill you. You're much more valuable alive.
Oh, that's funny. That is very funny considering our past. Isn't that alright? Can't ask that. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Yeah, very helpful. Alright.
Did you have
I
any
like-
questions?
Anybody else got questions? Because at the moment,
Mara?
I'm on the edge.
Do you have any questions? Earth
Oh.
Tamara.
Mara.
Earth Tamara.
I'm trying to catch my breath. No. Not at all. Except for, are you capable of not speaking? That's lovely.
But then I can't answer questions.
That skill.
Would you prefer I not answer questions?
No! That is not what we were. Mara, I love you, honey. But no, do not hinder this procession.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the edge about this. I can't
Then
decide.
let me soothe you by answering your questions.
What
What's
reservations
the
do you
reason
have?
that I should trust you?
I cannot lie right now, and I consider myself very trustworthy.
Nah, I don't like this. I'm out.
Felix, betrayed again!
Felix, how about you ask questions?
I've been backstabbed so many times in so short few times. Stabbed? Are you okay? No,
He's been
that was
backstabbed so many
not.
times.
That's
he's been
not literal.
nicknamed
That's
Caesar.
not. This is a joke. This is not literal. Thank you for your concern, though.
He's
Appreciate
been
it.
backstabbed so many times. His nickname is Caesar.
Questions. Where would you be taking us in the Dinal? As far as I'm aware, your maps are inaccurate as to the current locations of the Dinal Islands, so I could not point it out. But the city is called, Lysistus. It is an underground haven. And I've been asked to take you to just outside of the city, so you might meet up with your friends there.
There's a city in the Denal?
There are many cities in the Dinal.
Anybody else?
And unfortunately, Tele has frozen. There you go. Can you repeat that?
Anybody else have any? Because I'm so interested.
Sawyer raises his hand. Specifically about the city. What's dangerous to us there? Not about the rest of the Dinal. The city. You would not be in any physical danger. But I have been asked on explicit orders to not let Lord Lysistus know you are coming. And to let you join with your friends so they could further explain the situation before.
Why do they want us to come to the Denal?
I believe the term they used was backup. Because they just suffered a grievous loss from a great attack by one of those beasts I mentioned. And some of them got very injured in that attack, and I think that has proved to them that they are not immortal.
Adalaie is biting her lip. Alright. We've got... That information would have been lovely to know.
I believe they are all right now. They just would like backup. In case of future incidents.
Can you bring them here?
I could, but they requested to go to Lysistus. I believe to see the other Kingmakers there.
We would like to request that they come here.
I could deliver that message to them if you'd like.
That'd be great.
What would you like me to say?
Hi, we got your message. Can you guys come here?
Do you have any of their full names, perchance?
Oh, shit.
Why, you would know some of their full names, but would you remember them?
Old lady brain.
You would know. You would be likely to know Aron's or Emma's because of their association with the exchange program.
Yes.
Would you remember them?
Me as a player, as Tele. I do not remember Emma's last name. Okay, thank you, Emma. Sonya. Okay. Emma Bush?
Very well. I will contact her now. Takes out a stone, waves it around. They have faithfully received your message, Emma Bush. Oh, this is from the messenger that knocks in. And they would request that you come to them, as they are very uncertain about the proceedings.
Thank you.
Of course. We'll immediately flash over to where Emma currently is. As a ghost. You still get the message.
Oh my god, you're still a ghost.
Right. Knock. Can you tell the others that they want us to come to them and that we need to convince them to come to us?
They want you to come to them, your friends, and you need to convince them to come to you.
Why did I see this coming?
You will have to do through me and my scout.
Tell them that there are more of us here and that, like, I don't know, we want to get them in our group too, numbers, and the Orcar aren't all the Orcar from the history. Those are only like fallen Orcars, and most of them are pretty humane.
But we might need your help because the group that has Kai's group is like really powerful and we're not strong enough to do it on our own.
Yes.
And we have Ezekiel, and we kind of need someone to help us out there because, I almost died.
He will repeat everything you guys say verbatim, including all the stutters and pauses.
And like who's saying
This is,
it?
of course, going to Jasper Riley.
And me saying I did die at the end.
Is Adalaie Ponteva your full name? Her
Not
full
my
name?
middle name, yes.
We need your middle name.
You wouldn't know
I
that.
just prefer the 1 and 2.
Also, Adalaie, what's your full name?
Jasper, back in Jasper's group, raises his hand and tries to repeat the message as it's coming in,
Okay.
so he doesn't forget anything.
Okay.
So you hear pretty much whatever they just said. So I'll pretty much take away the intermediaries. Just imagine their voices,
Okay.
squeaky or low, saying these things.
Okay.
And you can debate amongst yourselves.
We have Leo.
Ditch his ass!
You can take him with, is what Mattie means to say.
No, what I mean is someone has a holding cell there, and you can leave him in a
We do
cell
not
where
have
he
a
deserves
holding
to be
cell
because he
here.
shot 2 people and murdered a child.
We didn't have a holding cell here, and we're currently dealing with a situation.
What
Does
situation?
that situation involve people with weapons?
Wait, I
Yes.
have a question.
Then
Why
leave
would
him
you
with
put
some
in a
of the people
proverbial
who have
cell
weapons.
Murdering a child.
Still don't know if I trust them.
What, Laura?
This raises the question as if you would put me in a cell for murdering someone or something. Would you?
Yes!
Yes.
Damn!
We still need to get to a cell. And
Get to a cell, then get to us.
If there are people with sharp, pointy sticks, hand him over and come here. We need the backup. I
We
died
do.
and Emma did. Well, I almost died. Emma did.
I'm a ghost right now.
Emma has been dead though. That hasn't changed.
But they didn't know that.
I'm gonna hold her head like, what the fuck?
I'm a ghost right now.
Oh yeah, Emma's also Athena, so yeah.
Don't be
Oh,
surprised
God.
about that.
Pulling my leg here.
Nope.
I'm not.
And Athena will chime in, assuredly not.
You boys. She's in my body right now, so.
And Ezekiel has powers now.
I
yeah,
can
that
make
too.
things float!
Oh,
He's very
Ezekiel has a little thing. Person.
so now we know it's hereditary. Great. Oh. Okay.
Come to us. Come to
No.
us. Why not?
We have to
No.
travel nearly a week to go around a border. We need
Yes.
help right now.
Yes.
What are we gonna do? All I have is like chocolates and suckers.
They're gonna pop you in. We'll find somewhere to get rations here. Plus, you guys have the rations
Not really.
and the money.
Oh yes.
Not that the ore cards
But
really use
And
them.
the
And the
maps.
And also, both of you guys are the transportation, and we have the healers are
Exactly.
here. And Emma
We
can't
need
read
to go
minds
to an ore
anymore.
card
Felix in the
city
background.
anyway.
We really did not divide our resources very well.
No, it did not.
We need to go to an ore card city anyway to get a ship, and we would be preferred if you were there with us.
We need to go.
And
to-
negotiation with the Lotus tribe is not going to be helpful at all because they were framed.
They are dead. Most
So
of them.
what?
How did that happen?
Okay, then that problem is solved. So you need to come here.
It's not solved. Oh my god! It's not solved.
Mara, feel free to chime in as well. And Aron.
Then leave
Just
Jasper
solve it
or
and
some
get
people
to
who
us.
want to stay.
I want to stay.
Why?
Why?
I also do not trust. I'm sorry. I don't trust you, Mrs. Stout. A dreamer. Sorry.
It's alright, we just met. And trust is formed through time.
And unlike y'all, I have a preservation.
Don't trust her either, but we gotta get to the top.
Preservation of self. We have preservation of self.
If you don't trust her, then trust the fact that we're talking through an intermediary and things only we would know. Mara, I've been drawing fish for you. Come get them.
Mara,
yes.
I
There's
have
a
a
fish
thing that
that
helps
has
you
lightning.
talk to plants. Come
Come
get it.
get it.
I don't have anything like that, but please come here.
Do not be bribing her.
Felix is like, yes,
no,
yes, be bribed, be bribed. Let's go.
I don't own anything that would you to of interest. Just please.
Come
please.
get us.
I'm totally on your side.
Come here.
I'm finna follow the annoying
We
girl
can.
from a
We
distance.
need a ship to get there, and to get
No,
a ship,
you
we
don't.
need to go into a city. Yes, we do.
If we go there, technically you can come here.
No,
We
can't.
can't just
need to
move
go
over
around
there,
the
like you can-
border.
You can go into the Denal, but you can't go out without going the long way, unfortunately.
See?
We don't want to break the barrier because that would not be good.
It's already being broken, I think.
I mean, they can break it whenever they want, but like, we don't want
That's
to break
the
it.
point.
The barrier.
It's because from what the vibe I'm getting is the strong ones tend to also be intelligent and they don't want to break the barrier. So we should be relatively safe here. So, Mara, come get your drawings.
I'm coming.
And your plant speaking thing.
I'm coming too. We have to split up. That's fine.
You have to stay away from me by 12 feet at all times, but I will be following you.
Social distance.
Oh,
Mara, social distancing with the best of them.
Nah, I just don't like her. Onwards.
I will
There's a good
probably
reason for
guide
social
you where you
distance.
want
I
to
just don't
go.
like you.
There are only 2 of you coming. What about the rest of you?
I honestly think we should stay with Sylvana.
You want
Adalaie,
to
you don't have to be there.
go on this journey alone?
We don't know nearly anything about them, and we just found out that actually there is a group of Sylvana that can use magic, and it's not the group we're
yes,
thinking.
about that. There are 3 Sylvana that can do magic and have colored eyes. It's really cool. There was one of them in a labyrinth. I forget what his eye color was, but he had assassin magic.
Remember when we split up initially?
Also,
I'm
the
just
labyrinth is
saying.
a fae, and all of our rifts are also fae.
Oh, all my risks are fae.
I'm gonna lean down to Ezekiel. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how much do you miss Miss Adalaie?"
So much. I miss
Oh,
you so
Adalaie.
much.
Ezekiel misses you so much.
I miss her this much. And he holds out his hands so widely.
Mattie, you are dirty.
What if I'm super dramatic. What if I can't protect him? Oh no. What if I...
And of course this is not Nox delivering it, so he doesn't catch the semi-false dramatic tone. He says that perfectly flat, and Dreamer repeats it perfectly flat.
What if I almost die again?
Then you
Someone needs to look after Ezekiel.
First place.
I'm sorry I'm the only one that can hold my own. We could use some backup over here.
Honey,
Like glares at Mattie silently.
Are you gonna go alone? You're gonna make me go alone? I'm trying to catch those
Felix
fish,
stands up. I'm gonna come with you, Mara. Ah.
but I don't like you.
No, you get to suck it up.
Really? You're gonna let the two youngest people go after the other youngest person by themselves, Adalaie?
Yeah,
What?
that's not very.
Doesn't
rude.
that go against all of your instincts?
Not a very nice thing to do.
Sawyer chimes in. All of us could die if we all go to the Denal.
Also,
All of you could die if you all go
but
here.
you're
If you all stay there.
Our chances of dying here are considerably lower.
I don't know about you, but you're also putting the scout's life in danger. Because if I go alone, I don't know if I can resist the urge to. Anyways,
If I can resist it. Anyways.
you know me, man. My rift is literally Hades. I have no sympathy. Come on.
Hey, Adalaie, I know your hip might be rickety and all, and you know
I'll
that
carry
old
you.
lady elbow.
No, I won't.
So not true. We just saw her walk through a battlefield and totally own the whole place.
We do not talk about
Exactly. So you
No,
can leave some
repeat that,
diplomatic stuff.
Dreamer. Repeat that verbatim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know those things might be bothering you, but I know you can hold your own in a fight, and we need a little bit of that. So at least Adalaie, Mara, and I guess Felix, because he seems very adamant about coming.
Yes.
Go, Felix!
Mattie,
Woo.
how dangerous is this place?
I
Not
don't
as
know,
dangerous
but I
as
know
you
we
would
have
think.
to.
You nearly just died from your own
Yeah,
words.
but this is our choice. Either we run the risk of just dehydrating and starving to death on the open ocean, or we collect the people who have been kidnapped and we make our way back. Those are our options.
Ugh! Why do you guys
Right.
leave stuff out? You just said that they were with the person. Now you say they're kidnapped. Ugh!
They're not being, from what we understand, they're not being hurt, but I'm pretty sure they're not in the Denal by choice. And that's why we need backup, Adalaie, because this might turn into a fight, Adalaie. So Adalaie, because I know you can hold your own.
Join us.
One of us. One of us.
And Adalaie, you can
Scout
leave
isn't
some of the
really
diplomatic
safe
stuff.
Look, I just barely got out of a diplomatic situation without my head.
Exactly,
With
so
your
come
head?
over here.
That is not the
Vacation.
point.
Adalaie, I, as a human being, don't like you very much, but I am
You
the
should.
one lobbying for you to come over here. So,
Well, on that point, if you're really going to be technical, since you do not like me very much, then I can assume that you want me to go over there just to get myself hurt.
Okay,
Why would we-
Adalaie?
God.
All right.
Felix put his hand in his head.
Plan. Knock her out and drag her with us.
it's because I might
person
not
wants
like
to
you,
scout
but I can
very
trust
much.
you with Ezekiel. I know
Like,
Ezekiel is
for
safe
sure.
with you. Do I need to pull the guilt trip card? I will pull the guilt trip card.
Sawyer looks at you, Adalaie.
You're literally like.
If we go there, we're in more danger. They're in danger too by process of elimination, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And if
But I'm sticking that this is probably a bad idea.
and Scout goes missing, technically, Scout's death is yours.
I'm not gonna let you kill Dreamer. Felix says.
Honestly, you could
I
try,
will kill you too.
If you enact violence upon me, I will enact violence upon you.
Oh my god.
That's lovely. Good luck.
And you will die. Painfully and slowly.
Here's Mara.
This is going downhill so fast.
Okay, so then if I die, technically it's your fault.
My self-defense can be pled anywhere.
Oh my god. Children!
Children.
Oh yes,
Jasper
yes,
agrees.
Adalaie. Yes, Adalaie, we are children. We need supervision. Who is gonna provide that?
Hazel should be able to provide that. Hazel, what's going on over there? You should come here. I'm with them. Before the match! You'll find out more if you come.
Find a way to get here. It'll be safer for Zeke, it'll be safer for y'all.
Did someone
get
find me
there.
away?
I'm not leaving without Kai.
To get there, we need to go to a city to get a ship to get there. Okay? Understood? I would rather you be here to make sure we
You
get
need a
a
boat.
ship so we can get there safely.
I would like to point out that Nox and Dreamer are not infanticizing with the same tones that you guys both are. So you guys are shouting and they're talking very softly.
Our
We can already
group
imagine.
is never gonna be whole ever again because Adalaie is so stubborn.
What if we just leave her to like
Welcome to the party.
We just want to ditch. Like, we started out with Adalaie. Like, that has to mean something on a cosmic level.
I know, but
or just random chance and we could just, cut our losses.
you'd really hope someone would stick by your side after this, you know?
Nox says all of this to add to the guilt tripping.
Oh god.
You know, and I realize he's saying this back, and I'm gonna keep going with it. And she probably would side with me more, even though she was with my son when he got kidnapped, and I still trust him with her. That has to mean something, right?
God. I'm picturing the hurt points, and there are a lot of them.
It's the 9 by now.
Or you could,
You could probably collect enough on Matthias alone to make him fail any roll.
Oh god.
Well, you could just come over here because it's, we would have to cross a massive barrier, sail across. We better know how to sail to begin with. Supposed to sail a boat all the way back over there.
What makes you think I'd be stuck on a boat?
No, that's one of the only ways we can get back.
After y'all got me.
What?
After we what?
For the great majority of this trip, you gaslight me.
We're hearing every other word you're
I
saying.
know I'm stubborn, but y'all gaslight me, and it's highly disrespectful, and it hurts.
You
So what makes
disrespected
you
me when you ignored my privacy in order to try to find out whatever truth you wanted.
Adalaie, kids will land on your shoulder in solidarity. If he could be a comforting butterfly, he's being a comforting butterfly, but he's trying really hard not to let Elliot or notice he's being a comforting butterfly.
I'm sorry, Adalaie. We have disrespected you, but it's the same both ways, and we don't want to disrespect you, and I don't want to be disrespected. But right now,
And quite honestly, it should mean a lot to you that you were with Ezekiel when he got kidnapped. But I don't blame you, and I still trust you with him. I trust you with him more than I trust anyone else in this group, which is why I am specifically asking for you.
Adalaie, we need
we
you.
all want you. We all believe in you right now. Which is why we're trying so hard to convince you.
Just come with us, please. That would be like a shiny stick.
You don't even have to bring that many people. And you just said that you almost lost your head in a diplomatic situation. So think of this as a vacation.
Into the most dangerous area in the entirety of this world as we know of.
I'm like,
Right.
at this
As
rate,
we
how
know
much more
it.
dangerous could it be?
As we know it,
Still a
which
lot
is
of
by a
crap.
history of like 3 aura cards, which are, by the way, all
Human.
fallen.
And all human.
The ones that have been driven insane
And to
were
be
the ones
fair,
who got
it's-
through the border and caused chaos.
If
I
you
don't know what they are really like. I'd kind of
just
like to learn.
thinking, this war has had 0 kidnappings, so the other war has at least 1. So technically, this has a better safety record.
You trust this man.
Well, he kind of protected us, saved our lives.
And he's promised protection. So
Yeah.
He's a border guard too.
You will
Used to
add
be-
to that as much as I can give.
Is it possible for me to speak to this guy directly?
You're doing it.
I mean,
you're
You're
speaking
talking
through
through
them.
him.
Yeah.
A dreamer will ask your full name.
Hmm?
Dreamer will ask your full name if you say that. What's your
He
full
needs your
name?
full name to talk to you directly.
Adalaie Elizabeth. Unless you want my maiden name, is my current legal name.
And you hear a voice in your head. Hello, Miss Pantera. My name is Nox.
Has that been told? Nox, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course.
Proceed to
Is
interrogate
it
the
safe
random
for them
person
to
for
be
the next
there?
10 minutes.
I can't hear Adalaie. What did
Is
you
it
say?
safe for them to be there?
No,
Even with your protection.
the tunnel is not safe. But they are
Is it-
endeavoring to leave as fast as possible, I believe, with their friends in tow.
Is well for it to be a magically done way to leave instead of trying to sail across the border.
The
as they're
barrier
saying.
prevents magical transportation to the outside.
Does the border repair itself after it's broken?
Mages oversee it almost 24/7. But even a second would be enough. One part of the barrier goes down, it all does.
One person's saying that it's dangerous. Another one doesn't want to go. Another one doesn't want to go. Mara wants to go. Felix wants to go. They want me to go, but I don't want to go. And by judgment,
Dreamer will not take you if you do not wish to go. They asked you because they wanted to know your choice. I expected them to respect it. The Denal is not a place for those who do not want to be here.
Alright. Is this an immediate choice, or do I have time?
We do not have much. We are heading to the city very soon, and we will arrive even sooner. Right now we are floating in the ocean, and I am getting ready to use a transport spell to take us there.
Against better judgment. This is a really hard decision. This is not helping. like the tone of it though. And helps even more, I guess.
For context, I gave the name of the song that was currently playing in the background. And it's not called Child's Play, excuse me, it's something worse. It's Come Play With Me.
I don't want want to go to a place that says, come play with me. Playing in the background. No, Sonya, I will not come play with you. That is a very bad idea, Sonya. Sonya said, play with us in the denal.
It'll be fun, they said. Nothing bad will happen, they said.
While standing in the middle of death. All right.
I would encourage to communicate vocally.
Yes.
Come play with us.
You are not helping, darling.
We won't hurt you.
No one will hurt you in the denal.
Not repeating
we'll
this.
hurt
Not,
you,
not, if they're
you know?
saying this is not being repeated.
Come on.
Come play with us, Adalaie.
Come play with us.
Context, this is great. In the chat, Simon wrote, if you ignore all the dangers, the denal is perfectly safe.
Yes. I mean,
Like Mosing, if you ignore all the danger, it's completely safe. Because if you ignore all the dangers in the denal, it's
Focusing
perfectly
back to what we are
You
talking
know.
about.
come play with us.
No. Back on a
No,
character, please.
mine's much more convincing. If you ignore all the dangers of the denal, it's
Adalaie,
perfectly
make a decision.
You know how hard it is. I really do not want to go there. I hate danger.
We'll respect your
None of us
choice.
wanted to be there, and now we are, so just...
Look, if in the end you decide you do not want to come, we will respect that, but we really, really, really want you to come.
And Ezekiel misses you this much.
Mattie clamps over his mouth.
By the way, this much doesn't come with a size, so this much.
Hurt points. Hurt points everywhere.
So many.
What, did you think this group functioned well? That's funny.
No.
Oh no.
Right,
It would be
starts to look
boring if
well,
you all got
somebody
along.
has to burn
The
it down,
only way we do,
right? When it's
thematically
looking
throughout
good,
this,
why
most
get
of our
along?
convincing is peer pressure.
Yeah. And then Cade's coming in to swoop in and clean up the mess, but he can't participate in this conversation, so it's just gonna spiral.
It's
Yeah, just
like
saying,
you
we
do
are
it
all
as well.
college students, so...
Also, it'd be nice if Cade's
Right,
come.
we
He
all
really lightens up the place.
Right as we all start to work together, somebody burns it all down. And so
Usually
far, it's been the
that's
same
me.
few people.
You did burn the ship.
It's
So,
been bouncing
Okay,
back and forth
that one
between
was
two
because I
people.
was actually
Don't worry,
stabbed, so...
it was already sinking, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
Don't worry, the sinking ship will take out the fire, guys. Good news and bad news. The fire's out. We're also sinking.
Good news, no one got hurt by it. So, it was fine.
No one got hurt.
Not by the
Alright.
fire.
Not by the fire. That's not a lie.
Okay.
And we discover that you can't capsize a boat if the entire thing is just a circle around thing of boat. You can't tip over the boat if all of it is boat.
If that helps in any way to make your decision. Why?
Boat. Everywhere is boat. It's perfectly
Dreamer?
safe.
Yes.
Go ahead and take Mara and Felix.
Okay. If Beauty would take hold of my hand, I can bring you where you want to go.
And she disappears in a flash. With Felix, Mara, and tow.
Did no one else want to come other than them?
I was watching Leo. Jasper doesn't want to go any more than Adalaie does. And Sawyer is convinced of the danger.
And Cade's also is going to stay to comfort Adalaie.
Cage whispers to Adalaie, I'll go where you go.
Thanks, thanks.
Anytime. But as this decision is made, and a rend forms in the crew, you pull away to an open book. A poem, an excerpt from the Song of Shadows. A blessing upon us, our hearts sing in joy, a cold crystal freezing that enemies employ. Beware of the day, take shelter in night, for days bring the danger out into the light. The creatures and madness that gleam of darkness so hollow, they take from us and our children today and tomorrow. The night wielded against us as weapon of shadow. They hollow our souls and rob us of morals until we are no longer children of the night. And with that, episode 21 of Kingmakers, Leap, comes to a close. I've been your MC, and we will see you all next time.